Good morning. How the devil are we all doing this fine day? At me, well, I'm more awake than I was this time yesterday, which is a good start. Despite being half asleep for much of yesterday, I finally put the finishing touches to a short film I've been working on and off for about 6 months. We'll play that for you at the end of the show, but we have a lot to get through between now and then. So, without further ado, let me roll the intro, post the question of the day, and get this show on the road. Welcome to the Breakfast Show. I'm your host, Mark Anthony. It is Wednesday, the 10th of August, and as that remarkably persistent guy just said, welcome to the Breakfast Show. I am your host, Mark Anthony. In today's show, fire hits a Teeside site for the second time in a month. Lynch Plant gives safety the thumbs up digitally. An attachment that eats axles for breakfast. Case is bringing the noise, and there's another hot lead for demolition contractors in the north of England. Plus, we are going to play out with a tale of mystery, intrigue, and a disappearance that remains unsolved after more than 100 years. And we will get to all of that in just a second. But first, let's see who among the rich and the shameless will be celebrating a birthday on this day of days. Happy birthday! And it's many happy returns to industrialist Henri Nestle, who gave his name to one of my favourite chocolate brands, and to the 31st President of the US, and a man who surely left a political vacuum in his wake, Herbert Hoover. Happy birthday also to Jethro Tull singer Ian Anderson, who always seemed to sing on one leg. Never figured that out. To actress Rosanna Arquette and to actor Antonio Banderas. To heavyweight boxer Riddick Bowe, angry footballer Roy Keane, and to rugby's man mountain Lawrence Dallaglio. Many happy returns to them, one and all. It is said that lightning doesn't strike twice in the same place. Fire, however, apparently operates by a different set of rules, as a blaze took hold at the former Ineos chemical site yesterday afternoon. It's the second fire in a month at the Seal Sands site. On both occasions, the fire appears to have started in a tank that was being dismantled. Speaking about the latest blaze, a Cleveland Fire Brigade spokesperson said, "We were called to Ineos at 11:50 a.m. We sent 5 appliances and our command unit to the area, Sorry, my notes have just gone completely squiffy. Sent our command unit to the site as a precaution. A tank was being dismantled, which had a fire. Our crews arrived and assisted to put it out with 2 jets and then left it in the capable hands of the site personnel. We are no longer at the scene." A spokesperson for Northeast Ambulance Service said, "We were called at midday to attend an incident at Seal Sands. A duty officer is on scene, but no ambulance crews are there, as there are no reported injuries or casualties." A worker told Teeside Live that the toxic risk minimal alarm was sounded at the scene and that all windows and doors had to be shut, but the all clear alarm bell rang at 12:30. But 2 fires at the same place in a month. Not good. Were you watching this show on the 31st of March this year? If you were, you may recall that we were broadcasting live from the FutureWorks exhibitions, where a blizzard raged outside while technology enjoyed its day in the sun. Among the items that we looked at during a full day of live broadcast was how Lynch Plant was planning to bring its Thumbs Up for Safety initiative into the digital age. And so here we are, 5 months on, and Lynch Plant has done precisely that. Here's our roving reporter to tell us more.
Hi, I'm Peter Haddock and I'm here with Steve Such, one of the directors here at Lynch Plant Hire. Steve, the last time I saw you were at FutureWorks, we were demonstrating the safety shield system that you had put out there in trial, and today is a very big day for you because you've actually launched this in anger, and this safety shield visual digital thumbs up, folks, is going to be on site. It's a big moment for you, isn't it?
Yeah, we're really pleased, Peter. So following those successful trials, we collaborated with John from Safety Shield and John Marley, who is a super lieutenant for SCS down in London. And through a successful trial, we're now pleased to say that we can roll this out within our industry.
Now, this was a challenge you had from your supply chain when people like him to say, bring us ideas. You know, show us what we can do differently.
Yeah.
You know, you're renowned for the thumbs up training. It's all on the stickers you see on your machines. In fact, one of your other directors, Rob Lynch, is currently out on site doing some of that training. Why is it important that you've reacted and done something different?
So I think when we talk about collaboration, what we've seen generically is that our thumbs up program has been delivered for 10, 15 years.
Yeah.
So the challenge was from the end user, the client, we need to refresh this. So through our product review groups that we do that you've kindly attended and supported, and by engagement with John from Safety Shield, we sat down in a collaborative way and come up with this, what we believe is a fantastic concept.
Thumbs up accepted. Approach with caution.
So what do you think is going to be the impact when you take this to the clients on HS2 in particular?
We've seen some really positive uptake, actually, certainly from an operator's perspective. You said, we did. So that's been a really, really positive. And I think from raising the bar, which we hear about that terminology consistently in and around Highways England, I'm pretty confident this will be a mandated accessory in due course.
Now that clip even is actually part of a longer film produced by our friend and construction collective colleague Peter Haddock. If you'd like to see the whole thing, you can go and find Peter over on LinkedIn, or easier still, you will find a link to it in the chat, take you straight to his YouTube channel. Enjoy. Italy is home to some damn fine attachments manufacturers. Trevi Beni, Mantovani Beni, MB Crusher, Simex, VTN, and of course, it is home to our friends at Italmec. Knife through butter. Many thanks to our friend Marco over at Italmac for allowing us to bring that film for you.
Axoft and Svantec are your high-end partners for noise, vibration, dust and air quality systems, sensors and software. To find out more, visit axoft.co.uk or call 01234 639 550.
It is almost time for the curious tale with which we will end today's show. But first, we're headed down under. You see, while most construction equipment manufacturers are trying desperately to minimise the sound from their equipment, in Australia, Case is bringing the noise.
Silence. The dreadful quiet of nothing. No earth being moved, no concrete poured, no roads graded, nothing getting done. It's all wrong. Case, let's make some noise.
Yeah, that is an awesome film from the fine folks at Case Construction Equipment. Now then, demolition contractors within easy reach of West Yorkshire. Once again, lend me your ears because this one is for you. £12.5 million of your finest English quids have been set aside for the construction of a new 3-storey, 70-bed care home on a site at Ilkley Road in Ilkley itself. Now, McCarthy and Stone has been given the green light on the new build element of the works, but before any construction can commence, an existing building requires the very special skills of a demolition contractor, and at the time of broadcast, a suitable demolition contractor has yet to be appointed. You can find out more about this project lead and countless more just like it over at buildersconference.co.uk. Or if you prefer the human touch, you might like to speak to Siobhan Jones using the number displayed at the foot of your screen. She is standing by to take your call.
The Miller GT series heralds a new era of unrivaled power and cutting-edge intelligent coupler technology, increasing job site safety, machine versatility, and productivity. It's the added versatility that you need at the value you can afford. To find out more, visit millergroundbreaking.com.
At the top of the show, we promised you a tale of mystery and intrigue more than 100 years in the making. Regular viewers will know that I've been trying to piece this together for quite some time. I'm not going to give the game away. I'm just going to let the story reveal itself. And I'll also do the fastest ever t-shirt change as well. Evening of the 29th of September 1913. A 55-year-old man boarded the SS Dresden steamship in Antwerp, Belgium, bound for London. He took dinner on board the ship and then retired to his cabin at around 10 p.m, leaving word to be called the next morning at 6:15 a.m. But in the morning, his cabin was empty, and his bed had not been slept in, although his nightshirt was neatly laid out, and his watch had been left where it could be seen from the bed. His hat and his neatly folded overcoat were discovered beneath the afterdeck railing. That man was never seen alive again. That man was Rudolf Diesel, inventor of the engine that still bears his name to this day. The circumstances of his disappearance were mysterious, to say the least. The New York Times headlines chronicle a strange story that grew stranger with each passing day. On the 1st of October, the headline read, "Dr. Diesel vanishes from a steamship." The following day, the headline was "No ray of light on Diesel mystery. German inventor was a millionaire and his home was happy." Friends and family were flummoxed. They speculated that he'd fallen overboard, arguing that his frequent insomnia might have made him pace the deck when everyone else was asleep. But by the 13th of October, the mood of those headlines changed. Diesel family in straits. Missing inventor said to have left them in extreme need. 2 days later, the headline read, Diesel was bankrupt. He owes $375,000 with tangible assets of only around $10,000. Suicide motivated by financial troubles soon became the accepted explanation. According to an article in Time magazine published almost 30 years after his disappearance, Diesel had long been plagued by health woes and money troubles. He was, the article said, a better inventor than investor. But that story questioned suicide as an explanation for his disappearance, arguing that in 1913 things were going fairly well. And it noted ominously, no note, no clue, no trace of his body was ever found. Adding to the mystery still further, that last statement is actually up for debate. 10 days after the disappearance, the crew of a Dutch pilot boat came upon the corpse of a man floating at the mouth of a Dutch river. The body was in such an advanced state of decomposition that it was unrecognisable, and they didn't bring it aboard because of heavy weather. Instead, the crew retrieved personal items including a pill case, wallet, ID card, pocket knife and an eyeglass case from the clothing of the dead man, and then returned the body to the sea. Those items were subsequently identified by Diesel's son as having belonged to his father. Of course, conspiracy theories abounded. One was that Diesel was snuffed out by the German Secret Service because the diesel engine played an instrumental part in the development of the U-boat, and they didn't want him to share his secrets with the British. Others suspected rival inventors or business competitors. While there was never an official investigation into Diesel's disappearance, its strangeness and his celebrity kept the case in the public eye, and a few tantalising details eventually emerged. One was that just before he left, Diesel had given his wife a bag and told her not to open it until the following week. It contained 20,000 German marks, along with financial statements that revealed the true depths of the family's debt. An even more persuasive piece of evidence was found in his notebook, where he had penciled a small cross next to the date 29th of September, possibly indicating the date of his death. Of course, the engine named after its inventor would go on to shape the world. It's been the power source of every notable piece of demolition and construction equipment in living memory. But there is a possible and belated twist in this tale. In a book titled Diesel Engines for Land and Marine Work, Diesel said that in 1900 a small diesel engine was exhibited by the Otto Company, which on the suggestion of the French government was run on peanut oil. The motor was built for ordinary oils and without any modification was run successfully on vegetable oil. I have recently repeated these experiments on a large scale with full success and entire confirmation of the results formerly obtained. So, did Rudolf Diesel die by his own hand? Was he killed by German spies to prevent him sharing his secrets with the British? Or was he in fact killed by dark forces from within the oil industry who saw the threat of vegetable and peanut oil? We will never know. All we do know is that Rudolf Diesel was ahead of his time. And even as his invention nears the end of its useful life in demolition and construction circles, he saw the possibilities of vegetable oil a good 120 years before the rest of us. A diesel engine running on vegetable oil 122 years ago. And we think we're being awfully clever talking about HVO here in 2022. Now, I'd love to know what you think of that style of video. We probably don't have too many mysteries to bring you, but what do you think of the pre-recorded storytelling style? Won't be doing it for the whole show, obviously, but I think if we find the right story, maybe we'll do the same again. Maybe one that I've always quite fancied doing is charting the development of the Cat D11. If I can find sufficient information, I may well get around to that at some point. But I would love to get your thoughts on that.
Sorry to interrupt the guy with the funny glasses, but if you're enjoying this video, please hit the like button as it helps our channel. Or, better still, share this video with a friend or a colleague. Thank you. Right, back to Beardy.
Right, that pretty much wraps up the main part of this morning's show. I'm going to roll the outro in just a second before leaping gazelle-like over into the chat. See what you're all saying today. If you can't stick around for that, then please stay safe. Look after yourself, your family, your friends and your colleagues. Have a great day. Stay hydrated, try and keep cool, and thanks for watching. But if you do have the time and the inclination, I'll see you on the other side of this.